morning. It is Pentecost Sunday, May 19th, 2024. Praise the Lord. We made it. So, what happens today is another story. It's just a day to glorify the Lord. As you know, the Mica Miller story has gained international attention, as it should. It speaks to so many issues that are going on with missing persons and deaths, so many topics that we could just go on about. I have a video that I'd like to link in the description box, but I'm going to show you some coverage of it about the day of her untimely death. And I want to share with you some footage that came from a camera from the gas station where she was at. It's very odd, and I thought I should show it to you. So it's coming from my phone. I just want to show you. Some of this coverage is coming from Grizzly True Crime. She's an online crime detective. I would say that's the best title for her. And she does a very good job of describing what the scene is. So I'm going to let her do the talking here in a second. Let me go ahead and roll the tape here.
I had never seen before. I'd never heard the 911 call before that the person found Mica's body made. And just to, instead of, because sometimes, when you just have a still image, there's not a lot to work with there. You don't know. You just can't imagine, right? But seeing all that footage of Mica at the gun store, it just paints the picture, instead of saying that it wasn't her in the gun store, it was a body double or the girlfriend, all the things we've heard. I don't know if you've heard all the theories. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of theories out there, and I'm not shading them or anything. I just personally, for me and my own sanity, I try very hard to just, let's just stick to bullet points and the footage. Let's see it for ourselves, and then we can decide for ourselves. You know what I mean? Brittany, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So this is from that gas station she went to, where she got, she not filled up a car. I think it was half a tank of gas, something like that, and a drink. I don't know what drink it is. They do show us the receipt, but it doesn't say exactly what. Now, okay, I'll pause it when I want to show you something. So this is now at 13:27, so it'll be 1:27 in the afternoon. So about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour 25 before she makes the 911 call. So she's parked here at the back, as you can see. Okay, let me make this bigger for you. There's a little bit of sound on this video, so if you hear a little bit of sound, yeah, it's a little bit of car sounds and things. Christine, it is frightening. Christine says the frightening thing is this pastor won't stop the abuse with Mica. And the horrible message he sent to her family, I don't know if you guys have seen that, where he blames them, saying, see, this is what happens when you tell her to divorce the person that she loves and when you tell her to stop taking her medication. He actually had the audacity to message that to her family. Thank you for saying that just me. You said it's not the clerk or the 911 operator's fault. They are probably traumatized as well. Please don't hurt others with accusations. Thank you for saying that. Okay, so Micah's back at her car here. Okay, now, I don't want to, I don't want to take us to a speculation place. I just want to point out the obvious, I think it's this truck, and I paused it away, it looks very grainy. But there's this truck that keeps on doing loops. It looks like the same truck to me. I showed it to Mr. Grizzly as well. That's my husband, Raphael. And he's like, it just looks like the same truck. Now, they did show us like timestamps of where JP Miller was, so I'm not trying to speculate. I'm just like, this is one dodgy driver here, unless it's many. You let me know. I just wanted to point it out before I just play the video, but just have a look. Apparently he's got 8 vehicles registered to the church. Sorry, my cats are being naughty. Yeah, Jules says, where is she at the moment? Yeah, she's somewhere here. And it is interesting that she's parked there for a little bit. I'm not sure who's saying what on the phone. Because is this the turning point or not? Well, she'd already bought the gun. Maybe that was for protection. You just don't know. There's so much to still think about. But now she's going to turn around here to put gas in the car. Here, it comes around again. It could be a different truck. It just keeps doing these loops from what I can see. Someone asked if she had called to book off from work or was she just a no-show. I actually don't know. So she could just be looking at the gas tank here now, but she seems to still be kind of like looking over her shoulder, right? There it went again. Don't you guys think she made the 911 call in her car? Because I hear a lot of people saying there was no background noise or things like that. Like, I always thought she made it in the car.
I will link that in the description box. What you're supposed to see in that video is there's a vehicle following Mica, and it's a black truck. And that was one of the concerns about the case, is that Mica had most likely or possibly bought the the poo poo in order to protect herself. Now, that's the story that's been told to corroborate that she is a victim of a violent crime. The link again will be in the description box. If you've been following this story, then you know that there are other stories that are getting, well, they're starting to get more coverage now. I went as far as looking into laws that are enforced in different states. Different states have domestic violence laws that are enforced more stricter. South Carolina laws are not as enforced as stricter. So there needs to be stricter laws enforced in South Carolina. They are number 4, and that's by spouses or abuse cases, where if you are in the situation of domestic violence, death by homicide is the highest in domestic violence cases in the United States. So that's just some facts that you should hear about. If you want more information, you can contact the domestic violence hotline at 1-800-799-7233, and they can further give you more information about this kind of facts and information. But I would certainly encourage people to do their fact checking and information through the domestic violence hotline websites and get their facts. This is linked to true crime sleuths that do this for a living. They are pretty successful considering all things. I'm very impressed. There are PIs, there are people that are working on cases like this. So there's, depending on their success rate to get a conviction, it just depends on public opinion. And public opinion right now is just overwhelming in this case with the Justice for Mica movement that has been moving forward to push for justice for Mica. So that's why we're watching this unfold as we've been watching the video and coverage. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.